but producing for exports. General Park formed a committee which was meeting monthly to evaluate how the exports model or the exports figures are running in South Korea. And in the 19 years he was president of South Korea, he attended all those meetings personally. All. What was the ramification? The exports of South Korea grew by over 360 times. Then they went ahead to check, how can we grow this economy even further? What do we need? Because you can say, oh, we have a committee then to grow our exports. We must go deeper, specifics. So South Korean model, some people actually say South Korea grew on corruption. Corruption is defined by using policies to benefit private. South Korea was deliberate to the level where they combined private sector and government together for the sake of the economy. So they created a category of companies called chaebols. Chaebols were meant to be big exporters. And what was the basis? The basis was this. If we needed to have, or if we want to have a company that can compete globally, let's say in production of zips, or buttons, or ties, if we need that company in Kenya, it must be very high scalable. Because when you scale a company so high, so the cost of production per unit comes down. So South Korea thought that yes, we need to grow the economy. Everyone, SMEs, they are part of it. But we need some level of companies that can actually go out there and compete with the biggest companies in the world. So South Korea deliberately made policies, including funding policies, that benefited chaebols. The chaebols I'm talking about is a company like Samsung, a company like Hyundai. These companies, one was dealing with dried fish back then, but used the capital, used their profits to become capital to scale technology into other products. So the entire economy started by producing garments and apparels. High product, labor intensive, pollutants. That's how all the economies grow. You must first adopt labor intensive products, pollutants, what every other person is looking to run away from. Even them, they grew from that. Garments, apparels, then they upgraded to plywoods. At the plywood is an upgrade. But manufacturing for export, plywoods, then came to what? If you look even when we were growing up, Nini, they were either Japan, South Korea, Chinese. With low quality, low technology, not low quality, low technology. Then the same company plows back the profits. Now Samsung, in the year 2024, their research and development budget was higher than our entire budget in Kenya, one company in South Korea. Why? Because the government helped them through policy, first of all, to adopt technology very fast, transition commodities and production to higher technology products, because higher technology products have higher margins, and higher margins have higher productivity per worker. China from 1976. You know, sometimes these stories are given and you might think, how is that so sudden? China was being ruled by Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong was a uniting factor. He made the Chinese people to be who they are in terms of the country. But during his reign, there was something called the Cultural Revolution, where he was trying socialism, at the people to go into the farm, at the farm, then the product belongs to government, at the munagawiwa kidogo. You know, that's not how the economy works. Economy works through selfish interest. So hapo hakaenda kobo kidogo. And it led to millions of Chinese people dying out of hunger. Then he departed from this world in 1976. In 2 years, there was some vikwazo hapo, the wife and some people called the Gang of Four. We are trying to subvert Deng Xiaoping from becoming president of China. But he succeeded in 1978. Now, this is what happened. One day, Deng Xiaoping was visiting Singapore, and he was astounded to see that homes had fridge. He went back to China, at the normal home has a fridge. Just imagine. Then, after he went back to China, he remodeled the Chinese economy. First of all, he opened it up. After opening up, he now started the same model of South Korea. Labor intensive, kwanza. So, China also got something called adoption. It's like copying, so to say. So they could see a technology happening somewhere, no need of R&D, no need of tiring your mind. There is this shirt, start manufacturing that shirt. This tie, they start manufacturing exactly it. Why? The labor was cheap. So this company manufacturing a tie maybe somewhere in England, China would produce exactly the same tie by adopting other people's technology and then produce more ties and actually make those